Good afternoon to every single one of you out there in the UK. Good evening to every single one of you in Asia, and I guess good morning to every single one of you in US of A. This is your host Elias here once again back with another episode of the transfer updates and the news that have come out in this transfer window. Sorry by the way, guys. Apologies from my end. I think I was supposed to do this show in the morning for all of those of you guys in UK and last night, and then I contemplated a little bit. Yeah, just been a bit last few 24 hours were kind of like busy, so I couldn't really get on with it and then really start the transfer news and all that. My apologies for that. So today I'm back and I'm glad that I'm doing this show kind of late because now we have a little bit more news items to discuss and there is a lot more going on right now. So first of all, I like to say a big massive thanks to every single one of you who has been listening and tuning into all the the transfer market episodes and this whole series that I've started this summer. It's not easy by the way, guys, for me, because I have to look at a lot of news, filter them whether they are true or not, listen to some of the reporters and all of that, and then filter some of the news that yes, kind of like look like a possible prospect or look kind of like realistic, and then I share those news with you. So I try my best as much as possible that whatever news I share with you, I try to verify it first on my end, like yeah, whether it's really a possibility or whether it's just one that yeah people are just throwing out and all that sort of thing. So glad to be back with once again another episode of the transfer market series. So if you haven't already, guys, make sure you hit the likes and the subscribes if you're new to the channel. So what I usually do nowadays is that I actually go through some of the Twitter news. I'll go through some of the outlets, and then I also go through some of the news items as well, and see which what are they all saying, whether it looks possibly likely. Then I go through some of these journalists, which are famous ones like David Onstein, Fabrizio Romano, and then I filter through that as well a little bit. Like, yeah, is it just them talking, or is it some other people have started talking about that as well? Then I only say that yes, this news is like official, this like real. But however, sometimes what I also share with you guys is like what kind of news is not realistic, but it's a possibility. It's like going out in the newspapers and all that. Like let's say sometimes the Mirror, the Sun, and all of them, they also throw in some news here and there. So yeah, that's the time to do that. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments as well. If there's any news that you have heard so far and you would like me to discuss as well, then I'll be more than happy to discuss that item as well. So first of all, let's go to this one. Alex Scott, I guess he's a midfielder from Bristol City FC, and Tottenham Hotspur are currently interested in him. From what I heard, apparently, Bristol City FC is demanding a fee of about £20 million from Tottenham Hotspur for this particular transfer. I don't know, guys. What do you all think about the prospect of having a player from Bristol City? Is it going to be a good idea? Uh, I mean, sometimes the championship players do work for us. Sometimes lately they haven't worked for. Like let's just say Jet Spence, that situation, he didn't really work for us, and then we have to loan him out to another city. So really, I don't know whether the Bristol City FC this whole transfer what's the situation like. So apparently we are linked with him. We are linked with Alex Scott from Bristol City. If any of you know a little bit about Alex Scott from Bristol City, let me know what kind of player he is. From what I have looked into, is he's a midfielder, not really an attacking mid. He's more like I think a central mid type of a player. He's not a central attacking mid. I really don't know like how would that work out for us at Spurs. Yes, people can join. Why not, Fresh? Why not? Let me throw in the link for you here. You're always welcome. People can join. Let me put the link in the chat. Yes, the link is there in the chat, Fresh, so you can join on. Just come on and join. Alex Scott from Bristol City. Let me know. Let me know, guys. What are your thoughts? Apparently, he is. Let me look at his transfer market at the moment. Uh, So Alex Scott from Bristol City, his market value is 20 million, and he is a central mid who can also play on the right mid and also attacking mid as well. But let me look at his stats, like what's his preferred position and where he has done well lately. Yeah, big up, Fresh. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Just did my first stream and
Yes,
everything.
I saw that. Sorry, but I couldn't stay on for quite long because I was supposed to prep for this stream. So
Ah,
yeah, big up, bro.
Yeah, I thought I was
How
gonna
was
do
it?
it later. It was
First
great and
three.
everything. Talked about
Okay.
some topics and everything about the thing with Partey leaving and Lavia from Southampton possibly being his replacement. A bit on Havertz that Bayern München has left the things that they aren't interested anymore in him. Just did half an hour and then then I need to do
Yeah.
some of my own stuff and everything, and then I came back and you were on. So
Oh, okay. So, by the way, what do you think about the whole Alex Scott from Bristol City FC, that particular transfer? What do you think of it?
with you guys,
Yes,
I don't think if I think he's a youngster, he's probably a prospect. He's probably something like 2019, something like that. I don't think he should go to a
he's
top.
a 19 years old.
Yeah,
He's a 19
I
years
don't
old.
think he should.
Oh, what happened to your mic?
The neighbors are, I think, working. So
Oh, your neighbors are working. Okay. Hold on. So Alex Scott can play as attacking mid, center mid, defensive mid. He is pretty good in terms of his stats. Like he has played 26 times as an attacking mid, scored 3 goals, 2 assists. Center mid, he has scored 1 goal, 23 games, something like that. Yeah. By the way, let me look at some of the comments. Harry Maguire to Spurs. Uh, Actually, seriously, guys, I'll be honest with you all.
in a
Like,
back three,
really,
I think it would work.
if nobody if I were to choose between like Sanchez, Dyer, Ben Davies, and all those kind of defenders, I would put Harry Maguire maybe alongside Romero there. I would put him there if really he's the only option that allows me to get rid of Eric Dyer, Sanchez, and Ben Davies. I'll put him there. But other than that, I'm not interested in that transfer. I'll be very honest about that. As far as swap for Kane, no, please, you are insulting Kane with that, by the way. If you say Harry Maguire to Spurs, I kind of understand. But if you say Maguire actually as a swap for Kane, yeah, you are
With some
undervaluing
money,
Kane a bit. Sorry?
maybe with some money.
Yeah, with some.
All right.
Oh, I don't know about that, man. Seriously, Harry Maguire as a swap for Kane. I don't know. Seriously, I don't know. Like, let's just say if you have next year, you have Harry Maguire, Harry Kane, and Harry Winks all together in the midfield. What kind of midfield would that be, guys? Whole shambles. Uh, we are supposedly linked to Porto's Pepe Value at 25 million, 26-year-old Brazilian who joined Porto last year. He currently has 4 goals and 7 assists. Porto and Pepe. Yes, I looked at that transfer as well, by the way, guys. It was just not one of the things. I wanted to discuss that as well. That stood out to me, like a lot of people are talking about. I felt that that transfer was more like a just somebody just throw it out there that yes, this transfer can happen. But by the way, big up to SOS, great channel supporter as well. So yeah, I don't know seriously how would that one look like in terms of
I don't know the player, so
Porto from Pepe. Pepe from Porto. Is not Pepe Defensa, right?
no, no. You have more than one. I know him, but I don't. I haven't seen him play.
Yeah. So that's why it's a bit tricky one. His neighbor using chainsaw. Yes, I think so. It was you are referring to fresh neighbor. I love Alex Scott. He's a brilliant technical player who can hold the ball under pressure. He's great in tight situation and can see a pass through the forwards. Then he's kind of like the ideal prospect for us if he's young. But SOS, do you think that if he can do that in the championship? Because some players, like let's say Jed Spence, a lot of people say that yes, he's very technical. He had a good season in the championship, but when he came to Spurs, it didn't look like our type of transfer. Just give me a minute, by the way, guys. I think somebody's on my door.
I don't know Alex Scott, you guys. I don't think he should go to a top six club because he's young and everything. But in my eyes, I don't see him going to a top six club. I would
Yeah,
like him, a young player. I should nowadays when shouldn't go to a top six club, but should go to a Brighton or a Brentford because they are still fighting kind of for Europe, and it's still a great team that beats a lot of top six. clubs. So I think that would be a better option for youngsters nowadays.
Yeah. Okay, true is in as in okay, I know what you're referring to. Maguire actually is better than Spurs defense. Yes, I think he's better than most of the Spurs defense. I think except maybe Romero and Emerson Royal. SOS says Harry Maguire on 200 grand a week at 30 years of age is very strange. It's like a big truckload of shit pulling up outside the stadium only to offload the shit outside our front door. I completely agree with you. I think his wages are kind of crazy. He's like on to 230K a week, which is I think at the moment kind of more kind of around the same amount that we have been paying to Ndombele and Kane. So you get rid of one Ndombele and then you sign Harry Maguire. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I don't think we should be going for the Harry Maguire deal unless he's willing to take on a massive cut on his wages. Like if there's a massive cut on his wages, I think maybe can. Yeah, okay. Scott is ready now. He proved that by standing out against Man City. Uh, I don't. Let's just see, because some players as well. I mean, I'm not against Alex Scott as well. I need to watch him a little bit, by the way, guys. Scott is ready now. He proved that by standing out against Man City. I think particularly when you go into cup competitions is slightly different. Uh, when you go into a cup competition, you are playing a knockout. You have all to give, and some players go do well in that sort of a pressure situation. They can rise up there. And that's the thing about some of the youngsters. They don't have that pressure. They don't have a burden of expectations on their shoulders. So when they are in a pressure situation, they can perform well. Like that pressure is off them. They can go give all out. The team is under pressure. They are not under pressure. They give all out. They kind of stand out. Youngsters specifically do that. I think that was the case with Jet Spence as well when he played Arsenal in the Nottingham Forest game, and then yeah, he made look Arsenal. He made Arsenal look quite bad. By the way, I will be very honest. Uh, Fresh can agree with me, but when he came to Premier League kind of, as we all know, Premier League kind of, we all know, requires the level of consistency. You have to
Mhm.
perform well week in, week out. And you are expected to take on all those. And then the other thing also is in Premier League, all the top defenders, all the top midfielders are constantly monitoring your style, your movements, how you play, what kind of moves you make, what's your first touch like, what kind of passes you make. When they are analyzing you kind of like regularly, what it does is that you have to have a bit of an element of unpredictability in your team as well. So, so especially so when you have that sort of a thing, constantly trying to monitor you, you are being monitored constantly on a regular levels. That could be a little tricky. But let's just see. I'm not particularly against though. Uh, I couldn't say bye yesterday. I was on a train watching the stream. Are you a Malaysian by the way, Joshua Kimmich? Just curious. You sound a lot Malaysian in a way. The ayo sounds like a bit Malaysian. Harry Maguire is terrible. His boots are made of concrete and his mistakes are classic. Yeah, he tends to give in a lot of give a lot of penalties away. He tends to make some really foolish tackles. Those kind of things really annoy me. I mean, I'll be honest. Like if you have Maguire and if you have Maguire and if you have Maguire and Romero playing together, both of them, if they were to concede, like let's say quite a few fouls, that's not a good combo as well, by the way. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. No, Scott is level above his teammate. He doesn't worry about PSL. He's better than most of them already. He's special. We shall see. If he's, let's just say, someone like what Dele Ali was during his prime. Yeah. So yeah, we shall see how it goes. Maguire will sell jerseys, though he is infamous. Levy can make bank. Pep can call Spurs the Harry Maguire. You're taking the mick out of. Are you a Man United fan? Just curious, just for press. You sound like one. Scott is Grealish levels on the ball. He'd smash the Premier League. You either have it or you don't. Okay, if he's a good dribbler, then that would be good. Like we haven't had.
But
Uh,
Spurs, SOS, do you think he's ready for a top six club? I think
yeah,
I also sure he's ready for the Premier League. How you say, but is he ready for a top six club? Because it's different, top six between just Premier League. Because
yeah.
where in
So
the
let's
position
see.
of Spurs is handles a lot more pressure than handling a shirt of Brighton, maybe.
Yeah. So that's another thing as well. Scottish Grealish levels, he'll smash the ball. But PL, either you have it or you don't. Scott is 10 times better than Skip already, so he's very much ready for the Premier League now. That's good. I mean, if he's better than Skip, then why not? Look, I need to look at Alex Scott a little bit. I haven't watched him that much. Uh, uh, have you watched him fresh? No, also I have to watch him a little bit, like watch a full game. Sometimes the what some of the one of the mistakes that a lot of us make is when we look at the players, we look at all their best highlights and all that, like oh, so Alex Scott, sensational. Like they'll cut out all the nice bits, and then you see oh that play is kind of good. So what helps really sometimes is that you look at kind of like stats, you look at a bit of their what you call it, a bit of their
Highlight.
games as well overall, and then you kind of form your conclusion. That really helps.
Right.
Yo, I'm Czech, not Malaysian. I wish Mather is much better. Oh, big up all the Czech guys. I love Czech people. Big fan of them. I have a friend. His name is Jan Frolich. He plays badminton for Czech Republic. Uh, you might know him. Joshua Kimmich. Ayo. So basically, the thing is, why I was saying was that Ayo, the Ayo is like the if Malaysians they're kind of like annoyed with something, they'll say Ayo. That's like that sort of thing.
Greeting.
Uh, yes, retards will buy Maguire jerseys. Exactly. Tottenham should take power. To be honest, I don't know why we are letting him go for 35
Are you even
million.
go forward?
Are
If
you guys letting go of Power?
if you guys are letting go of Pavard, I don't know why Arsenal are for him. He would be great backup for Ben White.
Like you guys are letting go of Power as, but the thing is, I don't think we right now are looking for a right back because you already have Pedro Porro and you already have Emerson Royal. So I
Yeah,
guess
but
that's one of the reasons why we are not looking at Power at this point of time. So it makes sense to me. Yes,
don't you
Scott is
guys
ready
think?
now for. By the way, guys, I had to switch on a subscribers mode because I could see there are certain trolls. They are putting some stuff in the chats which I don't want to bring up. I've hidden those texts, so I have to put on a subscribers mode. Sorry about that. If you want to chat in, if possible, do subscribe. Sorry about that, guys. Scott is ready for a top six club easily. That's good. Newcastle and Liverpool are interested in Scott and have asked Bristol to keep them up to date. 20 million, then I think definitely he might either go for either. If he's a good player and Daniel Levy wants him, then I guess we should be actually making that bid as soon as possible. We shouldn't haggle on that a bit too much. Alex Scott is levels above most of the players. He's a star and he makes teams better. Trust me. We shall see. We shall see. I don't like to predict things way too soon, as you all know me. I try to be a bit more realistic, uh, a bit more logistic, not to say logistic, a bit more logical, not logistic. I don't work in logistics. Yeah, so we shall see how it works out. Let's just see. Man City's Pep was asked about Alex Scott. Oh, he said, "Wow, he's amazing." Okay, by the way, this is another thing about Pep. He sometimes say good things about a lot of shit
He's
players
so
as well,
he just
and then
says something and you know it's not true sometimes. So I never know if he's lying or anything.
yeah. I want to hear your views on Sun in the past season and his form. Okay, I think Sun past season apparently he was fresh. Fresh. Can you switch off your mic for a while here?
No, it's done. It was a motorbike.
Okay. Okay.
So I will.
Yeah, the problem is if Spurs don't buy him, he'll be valued at 50 million next season. Yeah. I want to hear your views on Sun. Just for press, I'm starring your comment. I'll talk about it shortly. Yeah. The problem if Spurs don't buy him now, he'll be valued at 50 million next season. Yes, I agree with that one. He's better than most of your CBs. His contract is up next season. He's so bad at right back and a Neymar pocketing level CB. We shouldn't take less than 50 for Benji. He had second most minutes at Bayern. Let's see. Who you're talking about? Are you talking about Powered or are you talking about who you're talking about? I don't know.
He's
Powered
a
is a
big
right
one.
back, according to what I understand, or he's more like a right center back. I don't think the thing is we either need a left-sided center back or a central mid, like a proper center back. We don't need yeah, he plays as a right center back, not a left center back. He is left-footed, is it? He's right-footed as well. So we need a left-footed center back, and we need a central defender. So if he's not either one of them, he may not work for us. Unless maybe if you all want to have Emerson Royal as a right back, then maybe we should consider him. I know a player when he comes along, just like I know how good Gaza and Polish would be when I first saw them. Great. I appreciate that, by the way, bro. That yeah, if you have an eye for that, but we shall see. I mean, I just don't want to say something at the moment. I mean, I trust you SOS because you have quite a lot of good opinions on some of the players as well. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about Killman later. SOS, give me a minute.
Does
There are a lot
SOS
of
channel?
sorry.
SOS, does he have a channel? A YouTube
I
channel?
have to look. I have to look. I know a player when he comes along, just like I knew how good Gaza and Grealish would be when I saw them. Great. Alex Scott is on Bentancur's level already, skill wise. Wow, that's a big one. Like if he's at Bentancur level, you play Alex Scott, Bentancur, and Bissouma. That's your midfield settled. Then I would say yes, Benjamin Power. Okay, yeah, I got you there. I got you there. He's a right center back. Yeah, that's the thing, Joshua. Like at the moment, we are not looking for a right center back. We are looking for more of a left-sided center back, a
You
left-footed
guys are.
center back, or a central defender. Yeah.
I,
Sorry.
I think you guys are just. Why didn't you guys go for Ndika?
I don't know because we are dumb. We are dumb. Our owners are dumb. They just didn't go for him. Like that
Yeah,
one, I
but
don't
it
understand.
wasn't even about money. He was on a free. It's, if he went to you guys, I think it would be perfect.
No,
Then you
but the
guys
thing
can
also
replace him.
is fresh. Sometimes when they are free, they have a lot more choice, like where they can go rather than relying on the club. So if he went to Roma, I think maybe he was a fan of Roma or he was a fan of Mourinho, something like that. He perhaps he
Maybe.
didn't wanted to come to Spurs. Yes, SOS. I'll be talking about Killman later as well. Let me star your comment too. So I am actually gonna go to Killman shortly. Let me go through some of the news items. Okay, the other one is we are also linked with Maxence Kekwerit from Lyon FC. I don't know if you guys know about him. He used to play alongside Ndombele, and apparently their partnership back in Lyon FC used to be quite good. Like Ndombele and he, they used to have that midfield partnership back at Lyon. How is that player like? I have no idea. Again, like that's why this kind of streams I sometimes need Steve to join me. Like Steve knows like best about these kind of players. Maybe Fresh might know a little bit. How is Maxence Kekwerit like? Fresh.
To be fair, I know him from FM. I don't know the guy. In FM, he's young. I know he can play all over the midfield. He's a technical player.
He's a
He
technical player.
yeah, on top of my head, I don't know 100%, but that's all it for that I know. I don't watch a lot of league, and especially not from Lyon.
Yeah. So let's just see. And so as this Spurs and Indica is an Indian, Roma don't win anything and play lesser wages. Tottenham are in great shape with this new stadium and with new owners, we could be massive. With new owners, that's the main thing. If and as long as Levy is there, I guess we are on a sabbatical of trophies. Uh, but Roma, I mean, you can't say that Roma don't win anything. They won the Conference League last season. They were in the Europa League this season as well, and they
Fine.
lost on pens. So I guess I think Roma's project is far more appealing at the moment compared
Then
to Spurs. You have a manager like Mourinho who is constantly progressing. Like uh, last season he was in Conference League. Then this season he was earlier on with the in the Europa League, and he did well in both of those spots. He did well. Like I don't know why. I don't know why are you saying that maybe the Roma project is far better? Like I particularly feel uh they won the conflict leagues more like as I'm just kind of curious since you're from Italy, are you a Lazio fan or maybe one of the Italian teams that's why you don't like Roma? I'm just curious. But big up. I mean, I like that banter a bit. Uh, we can also offer Endika 100 grand a week easily. He's going to regret signing for Jose. Let's just see. I mean,
He
how that
isn't
works.
gonna regret it. Tottenham are gonna regret it not signing him. For me,
No. I think what he's saying is he would regret signing for Mourinho. Like Mourinho has a tendency sometimes to bench his center backs. They may not get that many minutes and all that. So that could be the possibility there. Levy
mm,
out. Yes, Levy, get out of my club. They won the conference leagues more. Okay. Spurs should be signing Tapsoba and Ta from Leverkusen. Not bad players. Yes, Ta is not bad. I mean, I kind of rate
not
him
so bad.
highly. Ta is a bit technical as well. Then yeah, I think we should have gone for him, gone for Jonathan Tah. I don't know why we didn't go for him. I think last season he was linked with us as well. Like we should be going for Jonathan Tah in my opinion. I think and his market value is not that high as well. He's only like 20 million from Leverkusen. So really, let's just see how that one works out as well. AC Milan would be your team in Italy. Oh, okay. Then is this Iggy, by the way? I'm just curious. Is person spectacle Iggy's another account? Just curious. AC Milan will be your team. Jose, 2 years at a club will see him fall off with the players already Zoniolo and more to follow. In fact, I already heard that he has been that whole Roger Ibanez deal. He had a fallout with Ibanez, and he also had some issues with another right back last season, which Roma sort of like released. Yeah, it's kind of scary what Zebi Alonso is doing at BO4. It is scary. Like, I mean, if you ask me a couple of months ago, I would have taken Yebi Alonso over at Premier League for a few reasons. I think he is in a way in one more year or so. I think he would be at the level of young managers at what Arteta and maybe someone like Nagelsmann is. I think he would be at that level. Write it down, guys. Write it down that Yabi Alonso soon would be at that level. The way he plays with Leverkusen, the way he works his tactics, he is a tactician. He is a
Then
good manager. He would be doing a great job in my opinion.
I
My
think I
first,
have enough.
sorry, fresh. Go ahead.
I don't think he would be at that kind of level. Maybe if he leaves, because I think at Bayer Leverkusen, he isn't gonna be at that level of Nagelsmann, Arteta, and all that kind of guys. Maybe if he leaves, I think maybe then, because I'm surprised some of you, Chelsea and Tottenham weren't going for him. I get that he just signed, but he is a good manager and he's shown that he can
Big
do great
up.
stuff.
Yeah.
So it's for me. Just he hasn't shown it 100% for me.
Okay. My perfect back five is Jonathan Tah, central defender, Romero, right center back, Torres, left center back, Udovi, left wing back, and Poro Royal, right wing back. However, by the way, SOS, the thing is next season we are not playing back five. Sorry.
But
Ange Postecoglou plays a back four, so it would be two in the middle, and then one of two fullbacks and two center backs. So it will be Romero alongside someone else. In a way, you have Romero. Yeah, but then it may work out as well. So Romero on one side, and then you can play a center back, a defender like
top
yeah, then
show.
you can play someone like Ta alongside Romero. That would be yeah, because you need two central defenders then. So yeah, let's just see. Big up, Luca. Good to see you here. Alonso is providing he can coach the players to play advanced football. Like Leverkusen are so exciting to watch now. I think they are exciting to watch now. Like really, I love the way Leverkusen play, and I think their levels are great. Like if it's coming from Bayern fan, you can say that yes, Leverkusen is doing really a good job. Uh, Alonso is proving he can coach the players. I'm a big fan of Alonso and his style of football. Alonso is really starting to look similar to Poch with his style. Uh, yeah, maybe his style, but I think he's not at the level of Poch yet. Let's just see. However, by the way, guys, what do you guys think of Poch at Chelsea at the moment? What kind of players do you
Bad
think he'll be signing? I'm gonna talk about something else. I mean,
about
he
Kane,
assembled
right?
a front line of Wurz, Sheikh, Diaby, and Holosek. He's getting Ronaldo, Yaka, and already he has Frimpong and his 2%. He needs a good goalkeeper, and he can go for the German title.
I
I
don't think
don't
he
know, to
can
be
go for the
honest.
German title, but I
I
think you
don't
got.
know about that.
Yeah.
I think maybe one more season if you'll take him, not next season, perhaps. I think we'll have four fullbacks with Poro converting to right wing. We shall see. I am. By the way, I know a lot of people are rating Poro at the right wing. He can play as a right winger, but I don't rate him highly at that position. I would rather he play as a right back over Emerson Royal because the level between Emerson Royal's defense being good and the Poro's attack being great is way high. Leverkusen are playing amazing football and also just as good to watch on the ice as Sports Spurs. It would be interesting then, but that it would be interesting. But I think the main thing also that I sometimes say is that what the good football sometimes just doesn't win you titles. You need to playing winning football and a consistent football as well, so that you need that particular balance.
Mhm.
Uh, you should have a look at some Leverkusen highlights when you have time on YouTube. I would look at them. I have looked at some before. I've looked at some of their games in Europa League, but not so much of highlights. Yeah, of course, he was the first key players like Diaby and Frimpong who might leave for big money. Good point there. Never. I'm having Royal at right fullback all day. Poro cannot defend. He's best as a winger. Okay, SOS. I think here I agree with you. I think Poro really cannot defend. I agree with you. However, if you consider the difference between, let's just say, Poro's attack is here, and you want to compare Emerson Royale's defense, there's a big difference there. Emerson Royale's defense and Poro's attack is there. So that sort of thing. Okay. So yeah, that's the whole thing.
Oh, you're right.
Yep. So Alonso took Leverkusen on 13-game winning streak. That's a good one. Yeah, forgot they also. Yes, actually, Hincapi is another one. There are certain sources that are saying that Hincapi is again linked to Spurs. However, I don't believe in that particular rumor because it has no proper source behind it. No proper journalist is talking about that. Uh, guys, just give me a minute. A friend is texting me. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, forgot about Hincapi. Royal is brilliant defender now, and I think Kulu will be sacrificed with Poro taking his position on right wing. I don't think so, as well as like Kulu is still better at right wing. I don't really rate, especially the fact that we have paid that much for Kulu. I don't think we will be playing him at another position as a backup. Like Poro, I think he should be as a right wing back. Sorry, a right back. I particularly feel that he Royal is good. Don't get me wrong. The only thing between Royal and Poro is like Royal doesn't have any form of he doesn't have any offensive capabilities. His offensive capabilities versus Poro's offensive capabilities is still way big difference. Whereas Poro still can sometimes make a bit of a tackle here and there. Like he's not a great one in that area, but he can still play better than Emerson Royal in my opinion. Hincapi signed a new contract last season, so he'd cost us 50 million, which means he's not coming to Spurs. Makes sense. Yeah, so that's what I feel that when I saw some of the news here and there about Hincapi one, none of them had a proper source there. So that's the problem there. I see weakness in Kulu's character, but Royal and Poro have a special character. Yep.
I don't get that.
One thing I forgot to ask about Hoiberg, is he quick enough for the Bundesliga? Yes, he is quick, quite quick. He's quite quick actually. Uh, I need to look at his top speed, so let me help you with that. Hoiberg top speed is about, yes, so he's at about 33 kilometer per hour, which is not that bad if you ask me. Yeah,
Joshua Kimmich, do you really want Højbjerg?
I think he does want Højbjerg. Like what he was describing Højbjerg as. Royal is a fullback, not a wingback. He's much better defending. I agree. I agree with you. But the thing is, there are certain systems where you, okay, here, let me address this one. Royal is a fullback, not a wingback. He's much better at defending. Yes, I agree with you as well. As the only thing is that there are certain managers who wants their fullbacks to kind of like make some forward runs, and they also expect their fullbacks to be a little bit more offensive. Uh, in that regards, Ange Postecoglou is something like that at the moment. He does expect his fullbacks to kind of move forward and make some crosses in there, here and there. So he is something like what the fullbacks at Liverpool are like how Trent and Andy plays. The only difference between the fullbacks at Liverpool and fullbacks of the way Ange plays is, so the Liverpool fullbacks, if you look at it, they go forward from the sides. The the Ange Postecoglou system, the fullbacks from the side, they come in front of the center back, so they form like a two and two, and then from there they go forward. They don't go all the way from the side. So what you need for that sort of that sort of fullbacks is somebody who can spot the runs. That sort of fullbacks work best for us. Big up, by the way, guys, go and check out Luca later at 3:30 as well. Great channel as well. Højbjerg would be a success in Germany because Bayern are way better than 90% of the teams. I agree. Remember for a few seasons back, and Dyer was like the fastest player at his top speed and was faster than Alexis Sanchez. LOL. Yes, he was faster than Alexis Sanchez, but yes, he also won the race to win our Alexis Sanchez girlfriend. By the way, so if you all don't know, Alexis Sanchez girlfriend broke up with him and married Eric Dyer, just to rub it in the faces of Arsenal fans. Uh, Bayern are expected to win most games, as if they lose more than 4 games a season, the manager would more than likely get sacked. So yes, the pressure is higher there. The pace is very important in Bundesliga. If you are slow, you're already a bust. I agree with that. Like Bundesliga players, they are way faster. Our manager will have to get rid of 80% of our team if he's looking for a player who will make forward runs. No, I don't think so particularly. Like Romero can make a forward run. You have Bentancur who can do that. You have Poro who can do that. You get Udoji who can do that. You have Sun who can do that. Kane can do that. Kulusevski can do that. Uh, I think we need. I think we need to build from the back, in my opinion. Yeah. Fresh. What do you think? I muted you. Sorry.
I think you guys need a midfield because I feel like a lot. I think if you guys already got a left back, a right back, sure you got only one center back, but your midfield is for me more concerned about than the defense for me because your midfield needs to get the ball forward to Kane, and if Tottenham wanna actually keep Kane, you gotta have creative players to give him the ball, even if he drops into midfield.
Yeah. Forward runs with end product. I meant because that's what forward runs with end product. I meant because that's what Ange will be looking for. Why people always text me on my off day? Monday, I'm supposed to be off, and my work people are texting me. Forward runs with end product. I meant because that's what Ange will be looking for. I agree with you. Yes, like what I said, he usually builds from the middle. He usually builds his game from the middle. That's what he does. and his midfielders are expected to defend a bit more as well. If you want any midfielders or keeper, just take one from my team. I would love to take ones from your team, bro. I would really love it. Like I want those. I want some of the players from Bayern. I won't lie. Greska, Spitzer, and some others from Bundesliga like Ta. I would love. I would love basically a good run of business with the German team. The only problem with Spurs is lately we haven't done any business with German teams. Like that's one thing I hate about Spurs. When was the last time we bought a player from a German team? I can only remember Sun. Like any other player, I can't remember. We should be doing a bit more of a business with German teams. I personally feel. I don't know. Somehow we don't. If
The
you
thing
want
is,
a forward run guy by Goretzka and Sabitzer, I would love those two. Yes, it's fresh.
I feel like the thing is with Bundesliga, the thing is, it's how do I say it right? It's more of a league for youngsters. So, and then if you buy a youngster from Bundesliga and put him in the Premier League, it's a it's a big risk for because the Premier League is a lot tougher than Bundesliga. That's what we can all agree, right? And so
Uh, I don't particularly agree. Okay, Bundesliga is kind of fast league, I would say. Premier League is more
yeah,
aggressive league. Aggressive in terms of like you see a lot more tackles, a lot more uh
pressing,
yeah, a lot more pressing, that sort
yeah,
of thing. Whereas Bundesliga is fast, and I feel the other thing about Bundesliga is they are a bit more creative as well. Like you see
yeah,
the amount of creative players and the creative attacking mates that they have in the Bundesliga teams. It's just brilliant.
yeah,
The likes of Mario Götze and Goretzka, even like their center midfielders, they are way more creative than some of our what you
midfielders.
call it midfielders. Yeah, don't buy Dortmund players; they're all shitty player. Yeah, actually, I think lately Dortmund has not shown any good market. Like since Haaland has left, they have I don't
The
know, like which Dortmund players I can actually think of playing where they. It's hard to
Adiaby,
say.
Slotterberg. I don't know that guy in midfield.
Then Daniel Malin is that the guy you're
Yeah,
talking about?
Malen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Malin.
I think
Then
he's
you have
crazy.
Sebastian Haller. Jude Bellingham was there, by the way.
Yeah,
Nicolas Sula just moved there. By the way, guys, why did Bayern sell Nicolas Sula? Anybody knows that? Why? Like
his
he's a good
contract
center back,
run out. They didn't sell him. And his contract run out, and
and
I
then he
feel
went
like
to Dortmund.
yeah, because I think he didn't want to sign a new deal, and Dortmund were for him. So Dortmund signed a contract with him in mid January, on top of my head, and then he went at the end of the season. He was at Dortmund. So
Yeah, let's see.
I think he
Levy
maybe
won. Sorry,
no. I thought maybe he thought he was gonna go to a bigger club in the Premier League. Maybe that's why he didn't sign a deal.
Levy won't buy Germany. He'll try to find some Russians for cheap instead and pretend they're. Australian players are good enough for Bayern. Oh yeah, in a way, true. Bellingham, yes. Nicholas Maxula left on a free traitor. Are you all gonna hate him like how the Spurs fans hate Sol Campbell as well? Like, are you all gonna sing the chants
Hey,
when Nicholas Sula dies? We're all having a party and all having a party because that's what
to
Spurs
be
fans do, by the
fair,
way, guys.
to be
Like,
fair, Joshua Kimmich, you need to shut up. Isn't don't you you guys legends are some are Dortmund players. So
okay, Joshua Kimmich, we've upgraded on his head with Matthias de Ligt. Yes, I think that was a good business in a way as well. So it kind of helps you. But that guy, like he has something on his own really well. Miss Tasha, hello, beautiful. Thanks for the compliment, by the way. I don't know if I'm looking beautiful today or not. I don't know, but yeah, thanks for the compliment. Or maybe she's referring to Fresh. Hi, beautiful, Fresh.
yeah.
Okay, well, big up. I hope you're not here to troll. You're here to talk about actual football. Uh, because it's that it gets a bit awkward for me. Uh, okay, so I'm gonna go now to some of the real news. So Harry Kane to Real Madrid has been ruled out by Florentina Perez. So if you all saw yesterday, uh, Florentina Perez has said that he won't be making any more signings after the Joselu signing that they just made. Uh, yeah. So the
That's
thing
weird.
is, sorry.
That's weird to say. Just immediately after two signings saying, "Oh, we aren't gonna buy anymore."
Yeah, so that's what Florentina Perez said yesterday when he was confirming the in one of the conferences. I think he specifically said that after Jose Lu, they are not expected to make any more signings. That's what his words are, not my word, by the way. So according to him, they are not making any more signings, which is kind of like surprising for me too. I feel because in a way I was expecting that yes, they would make a couple more signings here and there, like try to fill in the gap for that. So this is confirmed. So it's kind of ruled out. However, that's another big news, guys.
What?
The other big news is that Harry Kane has been Chelsea have contacted Spurs over shocking transfer for Harry Kane. So
I told you that. I told you.
Mauricio Pochettino is looking at the prospect of reuniting with Harry Kane. And now the thing also is why it makes sense is they have sent Sky Howards. They have recently sold. They also sold Mateo Kovacic. They're also looking at the prospect of selling Mason Mount. So in a way, Harry Kane to Chelsea, it looks like a possibility, guys. Pochettino is there. Kane and Pochettino always had a good relationship. We all know that when Poch left, Kane was kind of like shook as well. So it's possible, like Kane uniting with Poch, it would be the great. It would be in a way a good pairing. However, Spurs fans are gonna hate Kane if he go to Chelsea. Seriously, I think Spurs fans will be the kind of people they are gonna crucify Kane here and there. Like, man, I just can't imagine how terrible that particular one would be. Let me
To
know
be
your thoughts,
fair,
fresh.
I said it yesterday that Kane can go to Chelsea. So, but to be fair, it's a smart move from Chelsea to go for Kane because you need a striker. You got Pochettino, and they still got, even with this kind of bad season, they still got the talent in their team. And
Exactly.
so it's a really interesting way. It's for me not really shocking. It's more of while they went before Man United because I expected Man United to make a bit, but they went for Mason Mount. And I think Chelsea are moving smart. They selling Mason Mount, making sure Man United got less transfer fee, and then they are gonna buy Harry Kane. So it's a smart move from them. Pochettino would love that. Tottenham fans would be crying, and yeah, that's just it.
Yeah. By the way, there's 7 of you out there in the watching us. So make sure you guys hit the likes and the subscribe if you haven't already. Poch needs Kane since most of Poch success with Kane just being OP. Yeah, you can say because Poch sort of developed like Kane from the grassroots level all the way up, so it makes kind of sense. Poch even tried bringing Harry Kane to PSG before getting Messi. Yes, he did try that, and I think it was that was another one. Like maybe I think if Kane would have gone to PSG instead of Messi, I think he would have done wonders there. Like he would have done a great job there because PSG already had Mbappe. I think if Mbappe could have played as a wide forward and Neymar there, and if they had a proper striker like Harry Kane, job
Damn,
done, man. Seriously,
still
because
would have been the
lately,
Champions League.
yeah, the Toon Review channel just put up a video saying Madison prefers London. Is it 4 Toons? Are you talking about, or is it Toon Review channel? I don't know which one is Toon Review. I know 4 Toons. I know 4 Toons is another one that usually does this kind of videos. Madison prefers London. That video. I have to check. I have to check that. And they still had Di Maria. Yes, and they still had Di Maria as well. So if Kane would have gone there, that would have been a great job. So that's a big news, by the way, guys. If If Kane is going to Chelsea, Chelsea is gonna be great again. Write it down. Kane, whichever team he goes to, he's gonna give them major boost, major boost. If Kane goes to Chelsea, I think they're gonna be title contenders next season. Write it down with Poch. With Poch, they're gonna win a trophy next season. If
Nah,
Kane ends up at Chelsea, with Poch, Chelsea is winning a trophy next season.
title challenges is a bit far, but winning a trophy, yeah, for sure.
I think they would. They can fresh write it down. Like the kind of
No, but
players
the
that they
thing
have
is,
already. And if they were to go for Kane as well, it is a possibility. Like, bro, don't disregard that one. It wouldn't surprise me if Poch brought in Kane and Madison. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me either. So which
that would be a
seems like a
great.
possibility.
I think Madison is better than Mount, so you then they only need for me one midfielder because then you play Kane up top, Enzo Fernandez, Madison, and what other midfielder they have? They don't have any, so then you only need one midfielder, and then I think Chelsea's transfer window would be great.
Yeah. Let's see what happened. I'd be delighted if Kane and went to Chelsea because it would expose how much Levy wasted Kane players whenever fully backing. I completely agree with you. It would leave, but I don't think Levy would do that sale unless Chelsea pay like a huge bid. If Chelsea were
130.
to if Chelsea were to pay like 130, that's the only way I think Levy would sell Kane to Chelsea. No way, because the thing is, Levy tends to do business with Chelsea in terms of their ladies team and all that. I think the thing was, I don't know whether it was Roman. Like when Roman was around, we hardly did any sort of good business with Chelsea either way. But lately, last season, we signed Beth England, who was Chelsea's main striker. We signed her for Spurs as well, and she's doing a great job in Spurs ladies, by the way. And she has made it for the English squad this season as well as a Spurs player. So Beth England was a sign that yes, Todd Boehly doesn't mind doing business with Levy. Roman Abramovich used to have problem doing business with Levy. So let's see how that would go. My clutch should be going all in for Kane, and we are signing defenders up to defend. We will go in with Chupa Moting next season again. Joshua Kimmich, what do you think about Sadio Mane? Do you think that he has not done a good job for you guys as a striker, or do you think he's more of like a wide forward, or he's fulfilling other roles?
He isn't a striker.
Big up Scott. By the way, Scott is not talking to me today. I don't know why. He's talking to only Joshua Kimmich. Just curious, Scott. Did I offend you in any way?
Scott is angry.
Scott is angry with me, I think. Maybe Scott
Maybe.
is angry with me lately because I do a bit more happy clapping these days with the transfer shows. I get excited about transfers. Joshua Kimmich, it is a great fit for both. Kane is what you need. He would be guaranteed to win the Bundesliga titles and could complete for the Champions League. Uh, yes, it would be a great fit. I think. Uh, However, I don't know whether in terms of his pace, he's a perfect fit or not. Like what Joshua Kimmich was saying, that Bundesliga, their players rely highly on their pace. However, we all know that Kane doesn't rely that much on his pace. Like without his pace as well, he can create, he can do a good job. Uh, Sadio Mane gets 15 offsides a game and then he punts Sane. I've been angry with him over since he should go to Saudi.
He
Yeah,
should
I
go
think
to Newcastle.
yeah, I think Newcastle won't be a bad place for Sadio Mane. Like it suits him in a way. I agree with Fresh there. Like if he were to go to Newcastle, would make much more sense. By the way, guys, there's another rumor that's going around with no base. It's being said that Ronaldo may be returning to Newcastle to play in Champions League this summer because the thing is that the com that the that whole thing that owns Al Nasser is also linked to that particular franchise or that particular what do you call it, who are the Saudi investment fund. They also are linked with, or they are like shareholders or something like that with the Newcastle FC as well. So it's been said that Ronaldo might be returning to Premier League again as a Newcastle player. What are your thoughts on that one?
To be fair,
Ronaldo back to Premier League.
he shouldn't. I think he's fine now at Saudi. Retire there and become a manager and don't come back to Europe because sure He probably still can fit in, but I just don't think he should go for his career. His career was in the Premier League for Man United. In Spain, it was for Real Madrid. In Juventus, it was for. In Italy, it was for Juventus, and in Saudi Arabia, it was for Al Nasser, and it should stay as that. And he just should finish his career. And yeah, that's just it for me. He shouldn't go.
Yeah, I agree. Scott M, we will win the Champions League if we get Kane. Like, what's stopping us? Sane, Coman, Musiala, Davis dropping crosses on Kane's head. He would get 50 a season easily. I think then you will also see how good Kane is in a way. I think he might even win a Ballon d'Or, guys. This is another thing about Kane I want to say. If Kane were to go to any of these teams, like let's say Bayern, Real Madrid, and he were to win some of the big titles there, he would be Ballon d'Or candidate, and he will win it. He will win Ballon d'Or. Like, write it down. If he makes a move out of Spurs to a team like, let's say, Bayern, Real Madrid, and let's say Real Madrid were to win a Champions League and their league, and then Kane is like their highest goal scorer. Nothing is stopping Harry Kane from winning the Ballon d'Or. Like, even this season as well, I think Kane would be, I think, in one of the top five or top six candidates at least for the Ballon d'Or too. In my opinion, I think after Haaland, Kane had most goals in Europe as well, right? In Europe, nobody has scored more league goals than Kane this season. Fresh, correct me if I'm wrong.
Uh,
I think Haaland has the
uh,
most goals.
I don't know. I'm thinking of play. I think he has after Haaland, but I don't know. To be fair, he
Yeah,
would just even without the stats, he would be in the top five, maybe even top three. That's all one
yeah,
thing I already know.
yeah. Ronaldo is a marketing icon. He makes more for marketing than football, and any football just would just use him as the same way. Yeah, exactly. So if Newcastle wants to make big their influence in other countries like Asia, they want to go and have grow their fan base. Ronaldo is the signing to get that done in a way. If Newcastle wants to really, really, really grow their fan base in that regards, that's the way. Lewandowski won it in 2020. They canceled the award. I don't doubt it. I think that a lot of people say that conspiracy theory is behind it when Messi won it. So let's just see. Okay, guys, let me now look at some of the starred comments. Somebody actually asked me about Heung-min Son in the past season and his form. Okay, there are a few things. I think there was something wrong with Heung-min Son last season. I said it from the beginning, like something just doesn't seem right, and he was doing a lot more of deep lying defensive duties. Like if you look at his heat map, he was not really a winger per se, whereas Parasite was doing a bit more of a winger job rather than Sun. And yes, which has been revealed that he had a sports hernia. Uh, Despite the fact, actually, Sun he scored 10 goals for us just in the league, and other than that, he had 4 or 5 goals as well. So 15 league goals a season is not bad. I know some people actually say that yes, his first touch is bad, his and all of that. If you look at now the stats, his dead ball and his live ball stats are not that bad. So in a way, I don't think Sun was that bad as how people make him look out to be. It's just that last season the whole team was kind of average. Something was not working. Sun could have been better if he was not injured. I particularly feel that he was not off. Like he was not very bad. His form kind of dropped because of his injury. But Sun is a classic player. Like I don't think with just one season we should be judging him that harshly. Like what Jess for Press asked me,
Hmm.
his form kind of dropped, but I think he was still doing the job for us. Like what he was expected to do, I think he was still doing. In terms of what he was told to do, he was still doing. I won't say that he
Yeah,
was not
it
doing.
was still what he was doing, but you expected more.
We expected more, I guess, because he was a Golden Boot winner the previous season. So when you have like that sort of a thing, uh, yeah. So
Or keep the same form, the consistency.
yeah. So we expect like when someone wins a golden boot, we kind of expect them to like next season win something big, something and continue that. It always doesn't happen, guys. When you have a golden boot winner, when you're someone like Sun, the defenders tend to mark you a lot more. The defenders study your game a lot more. The defenders study your patterns a lot more. The defenders know that, okay, how your first touch is like, how to predict it, where your passes would usually go a lot more. So all of that translates a lot of that into the on-field performances as well. But
Mhm.
it's all about in the game as well. So that's where I think the players learn and then they improve. Yeah, exactly my point. Like Sun has 15 goals contribution, whereas Eze got 14. Exactly. This is the thing that I'm tired of explaining to the Spurs fans, that which they don't understand as well. They now you go around and see everybody has been saying that, oh, we should sign Eze. Eze is such a great player. Eze is such a great attacking midfielder and all of that. And then they shit on Sun, where Sun has been great for us as well. Uh, do you think the main reason for Sun's form was the fact Kane was simply played further forward this season, whereas the season before most of his games were from Kane's assist? Uh,
Yes.
I think so too. Yes, I think in a way, yes, as well, because Conte last season did say that he prefers Kane to be the main striker rather than a number 10. However, I also now understand the reason why Kane was played as a main striker this season, because Son was not fit. So I don't think Son could have taken on that role way effectively as well. So I think the club knew about it, so that's why they played that way. But it costed us in a way. Son has 15 goal contributions, whereas Eze got 14. Yeah. Mia wants Eze, who got one less goal contribution than Son, and she disliked Madison's even though he got a 19 goal contribution when playing with Mia. Oh, she's just horrible. She doesn't know anything. She doesn't know about football. Things about football. Okay. The other thing also is, guys. I'm actually gonna say one more thing. Eze, Madison, they're all attacking mids. If you're signing Madison, where are you gonna fit Madison in a Ange Postecoglou system? In my opinion, you are either going to fit him on either one of the wings. So if Madison is a right winger, what he can do is he can come in, he can cut off from the side and come in as a number 10, and then provide an assist for Son or Kane. That's where I think I would see Madison playing for us if he's really signing for us next season. And then Kulu can be an impact sub for us. So because you need a bit of depth in your attack as well, that's where I see more of us playing next season, Madison, if we are really going big on Madison. Because if you understand Ange Postecoglou's system, he doesn't play an attacking mid. So if you look at all the three guys who are in the Ange Postecoglou's midfield, they play as a they play as he plays two center mid and one defensive mid. So which means that you need someone like Sofian Amrabat or Bentancur type of players to play in your two center midfield, that particular role. And then behind that you need someone like Bissouma, I guess. So let's just see. Eze and Madison, they are attacking mids. So if you want to sign one of them, you have to play them as a winger. They are not gonna work out, or maybe you have to bench them, use them as an impact sub whenever, because Postecoglou would shift once in a while to a 4-2-3-1 as well. Yes, then he would play central attacking midfielder. But usually, if you study and analyze the game of Ange Postecoglou, uh, he hardly use a center attacking midfielder. So the Eze deal or the Madison deal doesn't make sense to me, unless you want to play them as a right winger. Then they kind of come behind in and then provide for Kane and Son. It kind of makes sense to me then. Or or to just add a bit of creativity in the second half when you're struggling with goals, then you send in someone like Madison to kind of like provide those. Then maybe it makes sense. Other than that, I don't think that Ange Postecoglou needs a creative attacking midfielder. You should sign Nabry. I won't mind him. I won't mind him. I'll be honest. I won't mind Nabry at Spurs. Kane will play as a 10 when he's 36. I don't disagree. Like what that's what Messi has been doing lately as well. So if you realize what Messi does is he plays as a number 10. If you remember the days of before MSN, before Suarez signed for Barca, Messi used to play a lot more as their main striker. But lately, when Suarez came in, even then Messi started playing a bit more as a number 10. But I mean, Messi was always a number 10. But in his earlier days, he used to play as a
Strike.
striker. I put Madison high up as a right wing in Kulusevski's position. I put Madison high up as a right wing in Kulusevski's position, or just play him in central. Yes, so that's what I'm saying. So what you can do is play Madison as a central midfielder as an impact. Like don't start him as a center mid because he won't do the job that Ange Postecoglou's system requires. So bring
Can't
him in. Let's say yes. Sorry,
can't you guys put him as a kind of false nine when Kane leaves and put Kulu on the right, Son on left?
won't work. I don't think he did a great job as a false nine. I think his role is mainly as a attacker, as a striker.
Fair enough.
Sorry, as a number 10, as a
Cam.
as a playmaker. Yeah, I rate him highly as a playmaker. They all put through balls as the forwards. That's what Madison. It doesn't matter if he's a bit further up the pitch as or more central as Madison can do drop from any of his. He can, but the thing is that I don't think Ange Postecoglou will play it that way. These systems are a load of bullshit. If your player is Italian, you can find a way. Yes, I think that's what another thing I said yesterday on Alan's channel as well. That if Madison can play as a bit of a number 8/10, if someone can work that sort of position with him, then it would make a lot more sense for Madison transfer. Then you can kind of rely on him both ways. You can rely on him for a bit of creativity and a bit of holding as well in the midfield. So then it works on as well. I mean, you can go with the back four with the double pivot and play Madison at the 10. No, so actually the thing is, Joshua Kimmich, uh, Postecoglou does play back four. However, he plays center mids, two number eights and one number six rather than number 10. I'm live at 3:30. I thought I come check see how you yeah Luca is going live at 3:30, which will be in about an hour. By then I'll be done, by the way. Nabri won't go Spurs. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think he'll go to
I
Spurs,
would
but
love
I
to
would be
have,
delighted with that sort of signing.
but he won't. He's an Arsenal boy.
Yep. Okay. The other one is Nabri will be sold somewhere this summer. There are just too many wingers here. Uh
Fair enough. If
Fair enough.
Arsenal
Yeah.
get Gnabry, I think Arsenal are finally doing the backup for Saka, and that would be great.
Yeah, I won't mind that either. Uh, by the way, guys, there's 8 of you out there in the comments. Make sure you guys hit the likes, and if you haven't already, please. I'm just 4 away from 230 subscribers. Make my day if you can hit subscribe as well for those of you are watching here for the first time. Steak, big up Alexander Hilton with the
I
steak here.
haven't seen that man in a long time.
He doesn't come on streams lately as well. By the way, steak. Luca
Mm.
FC Spurs go get Maris and Man City get Nabry. Possible. Madison is a number 10. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, Alexander. Like, if Madison can play as a 8/10, like what Ericsson does for Man United at times, uh, then I won't mind him as a big signing. Like, I don't know if he can do that as well because basically at Leicester, he plays as a proper number 10. He doesn't play as a 8/10. That's what I'm talking about. Basically, Edge wants players who can control the ball under pressure, which means bad news for Hoiberg and Skip. Madison controls the tempo of the game. He stays calm under pressure. Yes, he does. He does do that. I think Bentancur and Madison, even if I think Bentancur can cover for Madison, he won't be a bad signing as well. Okay. I don't
Um,
think the Nabry is too attached to Arsenal. They push him out to West Bromwich Albion.
wasn't that because he was young? Most of the times Arsenal do that with players. The last time I know, the last player I know Arsenal didn't push out with a youngster was Bukayo Saka and Smith Rowe and Martinelli. But I think because I still think in back of his head he has played with Arsenal, and I think maybe that is an influence that he doesn't go to Spurs. But that's just me.
I don't go on streams because I have noise in the background fan with them. By the way, guys, for those of you who wants a solution for to minimize your noise in the background, I have a solution for all of you guys. What you can do is there's this thing called a filter in OBS that you can use and connect your mic with that. I'll show you guys how to fix that in one of my videos maybe. Madison would love playing with Bentancur behind. If you allow Madison to go further forward, yep, it does. Uh,
But I have a question for you. What do you think will be your midfield next summer? Because now I'm just seeing two
if we
players.
sign Madison, it would be Bissouma,
Oh yeah, I
Bentancur,
forgot Bissouma and Madison.
Bissouma, Bentancur, and maybe one more midfielder. It could be someone like Alex Scott.
To be fair, I really like. But don't you then got two tens because Alex Scott is a 10 and he likes to get forward on the right side, and Madison is a 10 that likes to go on the right side. Isn't that just a bit of mix up?
Yeah, let's see. It's a bit hard to say. Maybe Alex Scott, Bentancur, and
Or you do
Bissouma.
three
That won't be a
aces.
bad midfield. Yeah.
Or you do Besuma, Bentancur, Madison as midfield, attack, left wing song, striker, I don't know, and on the right you put Scott, and Scott just gets central in the striker option.
Yeah. Let's just see. I mean, who we sign, then we can say that what the midfield will. I suppose in Spadica we speak, you can skill develop him, but with Hoiberg he likes time. Yeah, I agree. Skip can still be developed. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree. I don't go on the streams because of the face that looks like it's been hit with an iron. Come on, don't say like that. I mean, everybody's. Uh, yeah. I mean, don't say like that. Don't say your face like that. You're created by God in a way. Uh, I don't go on streams because I'm second cousin to the elephant man. So what? It's fine, man. There are many second
Everyone
cousins
looks
to the
like
elephant man. I think I'm a second cousin to a rat or a mouse.
I'm
That
pretty.
because I'm not thin. The striker market is too so crazy right now. I mean, any striker on the market better than ECM is who is ECM? Elder Chili something? That guy? Elder who is ECM?
I thought Kylian Mbappe, but that doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work as well. Bissouma, Bentancur, Madison. But Alexander, the thing is, Madison is not a regular number eight. And Ange
No,
Postecoglou, he's placed two number eights and one number six.
but isn't it that Madison is kind of, I won't say like him, but Odegaard also plays in the eight, but then just moves more attack, more in the
Yeah,
attack.
but I haven't seen Madison play as a number eight before, unless he can adapt and he can develop there. But
I
that's the
think
thing is,
he can,
because yeah.
because I don't see you guys buying two midfielders, and because you aren't really linked with any. Maybe Scott, but Scott is again more of a 10, and I don't see you guys playing with two tens and one
Oh,
six.
Eric Chopomoting. ECM is Eric Chopomoting.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Bisuma Bentakum, I'm the elephant man. I'm a rat man. I'm a Batman. I'm Iron
I'm
Man. Alexander Hilton. Skip is rubbish. He's only here for English quota. He's forest level at best.
yes.
No, I won't say that because if you remember, guys, when we had Nuno, and when even early days of Conte, he was quite good, guys. It's just that since his injury hasn't looked that great. I remember Skip used to have some really great games under Nuno as well, and even under the early days of Conte. Since his injury, he hasn't looked that great, but he can be a better player. I think so too. When Bentancur is injured, it would be Skip. Yeah. So I would say
Yes.
that yes, keep Skip on the bench. Uh, Spurs and Spectacle, no, he's not. At least mid-table level and can develop to be a top six player. Yeah,
No.
I won't say mid-table level. He is more of a Siadong was.
Bundesliga. Not Italy level. Italy top level. I feel
Yeah,
like
something along those lines, maybe.
I don't
Scott
say.
can play as a technical DM, a central technical middleman at a cam if needed. Yeah, so I think we need that sort of a midfielder more than someone like Madison to play in our system.
Can you then
R-
buy the midfielder of Lyon? That
Max
um,
guy, the one that I was mentioning earlier.
yeah, isn't he also just the same? But I haven't watched him that much. But I feel like he's all. I think he's an eight. If you buy him, then you can put Basuma, Bentancur, that guy, and then put Madison on the right.
What the name of that guy was? Max something I remember. Maxence Kekret. Maxence
Yeah.
Kekret. I think he's not bad, but
Also- I also don't think he's bad, but I think if you really want a new midfield, then Madison won't. People think he won't adapt as an eight. Then you buy him and Madison.
yeah. I'm joking, mate. Relax. I just prefer watching streams and don't like making myself known to the public on the net. I'm very handsome and should be a model. Lol. I would love to see you then. Uh, just kidding. Stay. Actually, maybe I'm thinking when I do these streams, what I'll do is next time, since the link is always there, some of you, if you're scared of coming on streams, I would love to sometimes meet with you guys in the back room and have a bit of chat, get to know you all a little bit better, and that sort of a thing. What you can do is maybe once I close the stream, I'll always send in a link in the behind. So if anybody of you want to come on and have a bit of a chat, come on. Like I would love to chat with you guys a bit. Steak man. Oh well, guys, big up to you. I gotta go. It was a pleasure. Big up to you, man, my man. Always a pleasure chatting with you as well. Scott can play as a defensive mid, a central mid, and a creative attacking mid. Yes, he can. Skip is happy just to take the easy way out by passing sideways and backwards as a midfielder way of hiding from his duties.
Yes,
I
he
don't think so. I don't think so. Fresh.
I think he's not scared. Scared is not and not take it the easy way. It's just he sometimes when you got the option to play forward, he doesn't, and he just plays the ball back, even though oh, a lot of players would play forward, but he just won't. He just always want the easy option. Yeah, he doesn't take the risky one, and sometimes football is taking the risky way, and that is passing the ball forward, and he won't for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah. I think somebody asked me if he's is he yeah. Yes, Cassie is still available, by the way. Alexander Hitton. Somebody was asking me, is that the French midfielder? Yes, it is the French midfielder, Maxence Cacaret, that guy. He's bang average compared to Scott. Who is bang average compared to Scott? Skip. I have to watch Scott first, by the way, guys. I have to watch Scott and then only I can maybe should I do a video on Scott and see what kind of player he is. I'll watch him a bit tomorrow. And then I'll do a video on him. What about that? Is that okay?
No, it's the French guy that he's talking about. That's bang average.
Is that the French midfielder? He's bang
Yeah,
average
when you
compared
see
to.
his next
I'll
comment,
see.
he's
I'll see. I haven't watched him either. I haven't watched him either. I'll be honest. I've seen clips of him, and we already have too many players like that. French guy Scott is levels above him. Okay, then Scott it is. We love Scott's right. We love Scott M. We love Scott Munn. We love Alex Scott now. Is Cassie still available? Yes, Cassie is still available. I think he is on a free, if I'm not mistaken. Even
no, he
Frank
isn't.
Cassie, no, is he on a free or is he like 15 million? Like yesterday, the other day, I was
Next
when I was
season is on a free. I feel next
having a chat with Tommy. Tommy was saying that he would have Cassie alongside Bentancur and
Basuma.
Bissouma. That would be like one of the ideal midfields because that guy, I guess Cassie is something like how N'Golo Conte is, but he's slightly more taller, and I mean Conte is kind of smaller. Cassie, I like Cassie actually.
Hmm.
Scott is Harry Winks when he was good. I hope he doesn't turn bad then. Harry Winks used to be quite good actually when he was good, really, when he made the English squad and all of that. Yeah. Okay, guys, is there anything else you all want to talk about? Or
Uh,
maybe I should talk about wrap up some of the transfer news.
uh, do we got some Arsenal news? Yeah.
No,
Maybe
we
you.
don't have any Arsenal news. Bernardo Silva is received. Okay, Bernardo Silva is heading to Saudi League as well. Just came out.
No, really?
Yep.
That's
Really?
really sad. Why does
By the way,
everybody go to Saudi League when they're 28, 30?
okay, Lukaku is staying in Europe. He's not going to any league. Uh, Romelu Lukaku has decided to continue in Europe despite an important proposal received from Saudi Arabia. So Lukaku is not going anywhere. Uh, what other? Okay, so Kyle Walker is in talks over contract extension. Sources believe that this is still possibility despite interest from Bayern, according to Fabrizio Romano. So
It,
Laporte, I don't know. There's no developments in that Laporte deal. However, if Guardiola is coming, guys, I think Man City might want to release. Uh, Man City might want to release. What you call it, Laporte. But if you want to consider Laporte, I think he would want to go to Barca instead of coming to Spurs because Barcelona is going for him. Scott has won a World Cup under 21 with England already. Yay! Breaking news: Arsenal to be bought out by Big Gas. What's that? Big Gas?
I don't know.
I don't know
I
what's
don't
that.
know if it's a joke
Maybe it's
or
a joke.
real.
Okay, so Kyle Walker in talks about contract extension. Sources still believe this is a possibility despite interest from Bayern. Joshua Kimmich has just left. I wanted to ask him if he would rather have Kyle Walker at what you call it, Bayern. It's either under 19 or under 21. Sorry, but Scott is a World Cup winner already. Alex Scott. Let me just check. He has won. Yeah, he has won the UEFA Under 19 Championship. It's not the World Cup. Not the World Cup.
Man's trying to say Scott is already a World Cup winner.
Yeah, not the under 19 or under 21 World Cup. It's the under 19 Euros he has won. Emerick Laporte, nothing new. Emerick Laporte and two others who can transform Spurs defense. So the current teams that are looking at the situation of Laporte closely is Barcelona, Aston Villa, and Spurs.
Aston Villa would be great.
Why would Aston Villa would be great for Laporte? Laporte is a class player.
Yeah, but I would like to see him go to Aston Villa because Aston Villa then would be, in my books, have a better team than you guys.
We got SOS. That's a good joke. Uh, okay. Next one is AC Milan. I have nothing special. Brighton are trying to get a new goalkeeper. Bert Verbruggen deal sealed this week as talks at the final stages. Edward Mendy is also going to Saudi Arabia. Like half of the Chelsea team is going to Saudi Arabia. What's going on? Is that the
I,
new Todd Bowley concept? Like he get expensive player and then sell them to Saudi Arabia? Wow.
I don't know,
Okay,
man.
Barcelona are signing another center back, Mikhail Fai from NK Custodia. Let's just see.
Barcelona are just always linked with a player. When you just look 1 second on the transfer window, Barcelona are already linked with the man.
Yeah. Pep Guardiola, we have not received any bid from Barca for Joao Cancelo. No proposals from them. So no bids have come from Bayern side for Joao Cancelo.
If
Pep
Barcelona,
Guardiola also ruled out that he won't be signing Kylian Mbappe. So Kylian Mbappe is not coming to Premier League, I guess. He's going to stay in PSG or either I think he'll go to Man United. Let's see. Barcelona has sealed the deal for Mikhail Fai from NK Custodia. Uh, uh, uh. LK Gundogan might be saying Manchester United are now on the verge of reaching an agreement with Marcus Rashford. So Man United are agreeing a new deal for Marcus Rashford. And Brendan Rodgers has signed as a 3-year deal with Celtic as their manager. Uh,
that's nice for Brendan. It's
okay,
nice for.
Bournemouth have sacked their coach Gary O'Neill. Yes, Fresh, you were saying something?
I said that's a good fit for Brendan Rodgers to go to Celtic.
Yeah. Trevor Chalobah moving to Italy. We never know what happens. I like Italy. It's not saying about having contracts at Chelsea, so no further talks from him. Newcastle are considering Bruno Gomes' contract extension as priority. Talks took place recently and will continue in the next week. That would be better. Nothing. Okay, Chelsea have decided to activate the release clause for Nicholas Jackson. So Chelsea
Who?
are going for Nico Jackson,
Who is that?
a Villarreal player. Ned Rogers next year should be abroad to then stay in the UK. Would be interesting to see him in like Syria. Nicholas Jackson is Villarreal player, I think, or Sevilla. Sevilla. Yeah, no, he plays for Villarreal. He is what role he plays as? He's a forward. He's a number 7. Yeah, center forward for Villarreal.
And Barcelona signed him. Or
Yep.
Chelsea.
No, no. Chelsea are thinking of activating his releases. Okay.
Fair enough.
Yep. Okay. Al Nassr are trying to approach Saul over permanent transfer to Saudi League as called by yes. Saul is also going to Saudi League. Saul in Al Nassr leads alongside Hakim Ziyech, who's one step away from joining the club. Let's see what happens. Like the Saudi Pro League is taking every other good player, or sort of like
Even Neves. Neves, Ruben
yeah, man.
Neves.
Saudi Pro League would be kind of active. But that's all from me today, guys. I will be back tomorrow night. I'll see if I'll do a show, guys. I'm very busy tomorrow. I got to do a recce trip for one of my events tomorrow in the morning, and then I'll be back working with one of my friends over at design. So big up to every single one of you. If you haven't already, hit your likes, hit your subscribes, do all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. If not, I'll see you guys on Wednesday night. Stay strong, stay spur. We'll see you guys next time, and bye for now.
Sure.